Around Suzy. We are going to do a kind of a different live for me today. I'm just gonna drive around. I think it's kind of cool to see the amount of snow we've had this year so far. To me, is insane. There's, as we drive along, you'll see like the piles of snow. These factories, they have piles and piles of snow. So if you're in the chat, make sure that you jump on and say hi to me. I won't be saying I won't be checking the live stream I won't be, while I'm driving, I will not be checking the chat, but when I'm stopped, I will be looking at the chat. Hey, Ray, how are you? And I'm working out the kinks of this, so just be mindful. And I'm still working on some things, so thanks for joining me, Ray. We are doing a bit of a different live. Normally I do the trivia, which I know you know that because you are faithfully at my channel. But today, we're kind of driving around Kalamazoo, Portage area. I just thought it'd be kind of cool for everybody to see the kind of snow piles that we're getting here and kind of see the area. I normally don't drive too much around while I'm doing live streaming, but I decided to do that. I thought that would be kind of fun. So I figured we would. Can you hear me okay, Ray? It says we have 3 people watching. So if you're in the chat, please say hello. You got 1 thumbs up, I see. Yes, hearing is good. Awesome. So when I woke up this morning, it was 10 degrees out this morning. So it's a bit of a chilly morning, but it is better than being in the negatives. And this light is taking forever. Oh, there we go. So, any big plans for you, Ray? Are you gonna go out and do another walk this afternoon? So I'm gonna drive up here. I'm gonna drive kind of around the area, and when you hop on, make sure that you just say hi and If you're new to the channel, let me know where you're watching from. I'm not gonna be watching the chat as I'm driving, because it's important to keep my eyes on the road. And we're kind of heading downtown area. So, and this guy is kind of in my lanes. So we took somebody else's lane. How's the gas prices over there where you're at in California? Are they $6 or $7 a gallon? California always seems to be $2 higher. Oh, was that Nancy I just seen pop in here? Working and listening. All right. Well, and down this area, Ray, you'll like this. Down this area, there's a lot of Hispanic markets and restaurants, like this one right here. That's a Hispanic market. They sell a lot of the Hispanic foods and spices and their bakery and all that kind of good stuff. So last night we got a good dusting of snow. So some of these roads are still a little covered. You'll see the plow trucks out trying to get ahead of getting any more. And Kalamazoo is really good with trying to promote bicycles, and we've got bike lanes, and we actually have a walking path. I say we because I don't know, I'm not really from Kalamazoo, but I've lived in Kalamazoo a long time. And so there's a path that they have that goes all through downtown Kalamazoo, and you can bicycle on it, you can walk on it. It's the Calhoun Trail. And in the summertime, not when it's snowing, but in the summertime, I like to get out and do a lot of walking, and I really enjoy walking on that path. So if you guys have any questions or anything, make sure you do put them in the chat. I will answer them when I get to a sitting position, or I'm at a standstill. I will not be answering them while I'm driving, because I'm not really paying attention to the screen. But we are getting into the downtown Kalamazoo, and downtown Kalamazoo has lots of breweries, lots of restaurants, lots of nightlife. If my memory serves me, this building right there used to be one of the old train stations. so they've rehabbed that to, I'm not for sure exactly what these days, but they do have a new train station. But this here is Kalamazoo, downtown Kalamazoo. I don't know if you guys can see this building, but the architects, I really like it. But this is a one-way. I'm gonna actually go down to the next street, and I'm gonna go the other way, and then I'll come back down this street, so you guys will get a little bit of downtown Kalamazoo. Well, I was in the wrong lane. I forget of how they redone this. When they added the bike lanes, we'll just cheat. We'll cut through parking lots. Boop. When they did the bike lanes and stuff like that, they changed a lot of the lanes and the roads and all that goody good stuff. So let me check the chat real quick. See, $4 a gallon. Wow, wow, wow. And then that's one of my goals, to be able to hike. I need to keep it up. Yes, Ray, but you need to also to take care of your body. If it's hurting, then you need to not push it so hard either. But yep, there is a lot of snow here, and that's why I thought it'd be kind of cool to drive around. Alright. Well, we'll just go straight here. I know what we'll do. I'm trying to get you guys down to the other end of this, and then we can come back and actually go through the whole downtown. And this building, well, not building, but this block here on the right side, we're gonna view it here, and should be in your path, this dome area right here. And all of this is where they do a lot of events in the summertime. We have like a jazz fest, we have a blues fest, we have all kinds of festivals and celebrations, and that's where it's held at. So now we're kind of on the back side of Kalamazoo, and I'm gonna take you down a few more blocks. We got the bus, and I think that's the new train and bus station. I don't know exactly. I've never taken a train out of Kalamazoo, but I'm thinking that was the new train station with the bus. They combined them all in one. So, and thank you, Nancy, for listening. I appreciate that. I know sometimes we can't watch, we can only listen, and I do that sometimes on these people's lives or on some videos too. So I appreciate that. I am climbing in my watch hours and in my subscriber count. So thank you everyone that has been subscribing and watching my channel. I really, really, really do appreciate you, each and every one of you guys. Oh, I feel sorry for the people that have to be out working in this stuff. But I do appreciate everybody that is watching and subscribing and talking about my channel and sharing it. It really does help. And so now we're kind of at the sort of the bulk of the end of Kalamazoo City, you know, like the downtown. So now, like I said, we're gonna go over here to the other one way. And of course, Kalamazoo always has to be under construction. They're always building they're always building something. Some new hotel, some new event center, some parking lot. Let me see. It looks like it's gonna be a parking ramp. So, alright. Let's put you. And I don't know why, but my chat is not pulling up. Oh, there it goes. Alright. So if you're in here in the chat, we are in downtown Kalamazoo, Michigan. And we're just gonna go through downtown, kind of show you what the city of Kalamazoo looks like. That would be kind of fun. I don't come down here too much. I'm not a big city person, so I don't really like being downtown Kalamazoo. I like being out in the country, out in the no man's land. But I thought, why not? Let's come out here. And that's our federal building, or not federal, our state building on the right hand side. On the left hand side, coming up here, we've got the Radisson Hotel, which is quite a popular hotel. And this is the Kalamazoo Mall. They've shut part of it down, so it's just walking, and then some of it is still drivable, but it's just a one-way. So we're almost back to where we originally started. If you look on the left-hand side, you can see the building right there. Can't really see it too much right now, but that building is where we originally started from. I do too, right? I like the older buildings. This Coney Island hot dog place has been around forever. There's a Bimbo's Pizza. I think that's still in existence. That's been like a staple around here. them two restaurants I know have been here since the way beginning of Kalamazoo, I feel like. Oh, there's the Bimbo's Pizza on the right-hand side right there. That's where it's at. I thought we had already passed it, but you can tell I don't come down here very often. Now we're back to the street where we went. And this is the parking lot that I turned into. So we'll get out of downtown Kalamazoo now. And we'll get out into a little less traffic. And let's see, where do I want to go down here? We'll go down this way. There's a golf course here on left-hand side here. It's pretty busy. It not now, but in the summertime it's pretty busy, but it looks like a very small one because it has the river running through it. So I don't know, but people like to go there. I'm not a golfer, but and then we have the baseball team here on the left-hand side, the Growers. Oh, looks like we're coming up to a stop. So the Growers field is right there. And my chat is being funny. Hi Suzy and Ray. I'll be kind of watching. I'm driving to the thrift store. Yep. All right. So back to going. So I normally don't go live through YouTube itself. I normally just do a streaming platform. So I thought, well, why not try YouTube streaming from YouTube. I know I did that when we were going to Indiana and coming back from Indiana. And I had to work out some kinks. That was an interesting live stream. But I thought, well, I gotta get used to it more so that way I don't have all the mishaps. And now we got some scrap yards or metal yards up here on the left and on the right. So if you're a scrapper where you collect metals and take it to a scrap yard, they melt it down and do something with it. I don't know. I'm not very familiar with all that. But we'll go down here. We'll kind of leave Kalamazoo area. I always catch them yellow right before I get to them. We got the Kalamazoo River on your right hand side. And I'm hoping, and I don't know, but there's a couple pull-offs here, but I don't know if they'll actually have plowed them or not. And on the right-hand side, which I noticed they don't have it plowed, but you can kind of see a bridge right there. That's part of that walking path that I was talking about earlier. It's Calhoun, Kalamazoo. There's like a huge map of it. It comes all the way down through by the rivers. It goes in through downtown. It goes through some nature centers. And again, here's another part of the another bridge, because there's another out inlet for the river or backfill. I don't know what it's technically called. I'm really not into technical words, so you know, everything is a thing or that or this. Oh, I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, this path goes all along this road. It's great to get out and walk. Lots of people use it. It goes down there, it goes under the bridge, and then goes back out, and so it goes right along the river, and then you come back out onto the street. So should be coming up on Comstock Park, and there's some, Comstock. Up in Grand Rapids, there's a city called Comstock Park. This here is called Comstock, period. And no one is behind me. I'm going to slow down because there used to be a couple pull-offs down here. One of them is right here. You can see the river on the right. And then I'll take you to, well, this one's plowed too, so we'll go here. All right, I'm parked. Let's see what I can do about this chat. I don't know why the chat disappears on me. There we go. Let's see. Thank you, Ray and Troy and Nancy. And anybody else, sorry, that was my hand. We're gonna turn this off. I'm gonna walk down here to the Kalamazoo River. Oh, let's see. The sun is out, it's bright, but it is not very warm. So we're gonna truck through the snow. Oh, and it is deep here. I was trying to get into other people's, oh, nope. I'm sliding around. I'm trying to catch the other people's tracks. Well, we got some animal tracks. Little gazebo here. Got a bunch of birds. Lighthouse. Little statue of a lighthouse. And I tell you, we have so many geese around here. Just kind of give you a 360 view of where I'm at. That's Comstock's city building. There's another park over there. That one has basketball courts, picnic tables. bathrooms, pavilions. So, but the water is flowing. You can see where this is frozen. You can see all the, I don't know if you can see it or not, but the animals are going along and walking. And I can't see the screen right now because I'm in full sun. All right, you can see my van over there. I'm gonna try to get back to it. I'm a little covered in snow. Oh, sorry if it's jiggling, but I am walking in snow, sliding around. Because it's kind of deep. Oh. All right, we're almost back to the van. Oh, look at all this ice on my van. Oh. Okay, let me check the chat now. Oh, okay. Say, Ray says, I'm not hurting as much, but still sore. 7 days straight. I really need to do it. It's not good to go to the park every day and sit in my van. I agree, Ray. It's not a big city. No. Roads really aren't icy, but and parts of like the backwash, not backwash, I don't know, it's like an overflow part of the river that is frozen, but the river obviously you can see is not. I'm gonna drop off for now, sign back in as soon as I get home, probably in about 10 minutes. All right, thanks, Troy. Very nice lighthouse. Yeah, it's just a little replica of a lighthouse. And there's lots of times I used to, not anymore, but I've come down here and I have sat in, there's 3 of these around right here. Sorry, it's gonna ding for a minute. But let me plug back in so I don't lose battery. Let's see. I can relate. Oh. Very nice lighthouse. I can relate. Oh, can't see and read the screen. Yeah. No, my dad is not with me. My dad is actually, he was sleeping, but he just woke up. And he's gonna sit down and tear up his puzzle. And then start a new puzzle. So I told him I was gonna be out. And I'm trying to learn how to, hang on one second. So see, this is another part of that walking path. But he doesn't understand what a live stream is, so I just told him I was out making a video. And he knows what a video is. So, uh-oh. I was afraid of that. We gotta go backwards. I stopped on a hill, and my van is rear-wheel drive. You don't stop on a hill like that. So, we'll get another running start and come up a little bit higher so I'm not stuck. Kind of hoping to, there we go. Oh, that back end, there we go. Here's another one. This part will probably be frozen, Nancy, because this is not really moving water. But I'm gonna pull up here. You guys can see just from this parking lot, that snow is up past the hood of my van. And I'm not gonna get out to this one. There's not really a lot of tracks, and my feet are already wet. So there's a little bit, I don't know if you guys can see it. Let's see. So right there you can see a little bit of the water still moving, and you can see right along here the water is open. I would not go stand on that water, just because there still is, whoops, there still is a lot of current, but it's not like the major part of the river. But they have benches, you can come down here, and I've sat in my van and got some editing done sometimes when I just want to be alone, have my doors open and watch the river and edit. I've done that a few times here. I'm gonna get up this hill again. Hopefully we don't get stuck. And we're gonna, ooh, there we go. We got out. All right, so I could not come out the other way, so we're just gonna, this is more flatter, and I don't have to worry about getting stuck. When you're in wheel drive in Michigan, you learn how to drive for your vehicle. And yes, even though my van is heavy, it still can spin. And this street is kind of a major busy street for this area, so it does get a lot of traffic. This is like one of the main roads between Galesburg, Kalamazoo, Comstock, and Kalamazoo. Factories, restaurants, you can get there. See, it says Comstock. We'll just drive around to this other part here. This restaurant here on the right hand side, it's called Nico's. Well, it used to be called Nico's. I don't know if it's still, I mean the signs are still up, Nico's. That was a family owned restaurant for decades. He built that from the ground up. Really good food. And then he wanted to retire, and his family didn't want to take over the restaurant business. So he ended up closing it down, and the cook was like, let me buy it from you or rent it or whatever. I don't know the whole details, but it's something along that line. And they ended up renting it or buying it, and I see it's reopened. And I haven't been in there with now when the cook is taken over, but I mean, he was a good cook, so I imagine. Oh, we got some squirrel play down here. I don't want to get too close and scare them off. That's kind of cool. I don't know if you guys can see that in the corner of the screen, but let's see if I can get... Can you guys see right there where the squirrels are? Let me know in the chat if you can see them squirrels or not. So we were just on the other side of the river. Nope, can't see them. Okay. Let me see if I can get closer without... I don't really want to scare them. There's like 2, 4, 5. Alright. Now they're going to be on the right side of the screen, down in the corner. It looks like somebody dropped some feed off to them. They're definitely not starving. Can you see them now? It looks like somebody dropped off a pile of seed right there. And so they're going and eating that. Okay, cool. Yeah, in the wintertime, these parks really don't get a lot of traffic, but they do a really good job of plowing off the streets or the driveways and stuff. And then we got all the geese that just flew through, and there's like a ton more. I bet you there's about 30 geese down that embankment. And that's a boat launch, so you could take your boat down or your kayak down in there. And yeah, they're just feeding away on that. All right, let me see. Maybe you'll go to a place called OT Lakes. Looks peaceful. I would go there also. Yeah, this area is really nice. Oh, Ray, I was gonna tell you. It's funny that you just went down there to the pier and stuff, because I was doing thumbnails and doing my live streams. So I don't know if you looked ahead, but I have some live streams scheduled for next month. And one of my thumbnails is the statue that from the pier, you know, the nurse and the sailor kissing. I forgot the name of that, but So yeah, it's pretty cool to come down here and just watch the animals. And this little squirrel, I don't know if you guys can see it in the camera, but see this little squirrel? He keeps running up and over the snowbank and then coming back down, and he's like searching for something. Oh, we got a squirrel coming in and gonna visit us, maybe. He's coming. He's coming pretty close to the van. Look at him just standing up at me. He's a little hunker. Look at him. That's funny. He's so close to my van. I bet you people come down and feed these animals in the cars. My dad would like to do that. Look at how close he's getting to the van. I mean, literally, my van is right there. Oh my gosh, he's right up to my door. He just took off. It's like, nope, you're not feeding me. All right, let me see this chat. He's stashing stuff for the burying it later. Yeah, maybe. Hi, Troy. Welcome back. No, wait. Yeah, that's Troy. Sorry, this chat is a little bit different. And of course, I'm not used to doing this on a mobile. Have you seen black squirrels? Oh gosh, yes, Nancy. At my old house, I actually had black squirrels, brown squirrels, and then I had one squirrel that the front of it was black and like mid-stomach, and the tail was like a brown. It was so funny. I always watched for that squirrel. I mean, you definitely know that squirrel from anything. But yeah, there's and then there was another squirrel that had like black and it had brown spots through it. I see a squirrel is down there by, I don't know, can you guys see the head of the Canadian goose down there where the boat launches? Like, in Sydney, they have albino squirrels. Oh, I could see that. I'm sure there's albino. At my old house where that squirrel was, there was an albino skunk. I'm gonna, since they seem to gravitate, I'm gonna move over here. I'm gonna just see if we can get a little bit closer to the geese. Oh. As friendly as they seem to be, might be able to get them. So, I don't know, can you guys see the geese right here? Now I get my finger out of there. Let's see what, yeah, I bet you there's about 15 to 25 geese and duck. There's a couple ducks coming in, mallards, they just flew in. But right between this snow pile and this snow pile, there's a bunch of geese. I don't know if my camera will pick that up. And you can see the squirrels still eating. Let me adjust this a little bit. So you can definitely see that there's a pile, a huge pile of some kind of food. I bet you people do come down here and feed them, because now there's two squirrels coming to my van. Look at how close he is. He is like right next to my van. Oh, he just ran away. They're investigating my van. Yeah, they don't look like they're missing any meals, that's for sure. Oh, we got somebody else pulling up here behind me. They probably come down here to watch the squirrels or something. I don't know if it will focus or not. Well, he's sitting there on that snow pile. I don't know if you guys can see that squirrel on the snow pile, but yeah, they want a handout, that's for sure. I'm wondering if that one squirrel is trying to hoard all of it, because the other squirrel kind of jumped away from him, like he's not sharing. I wonder if he's the ringleader. I don't know. We got some ducks going on here. Or not, them aren't ducks, them are geese. My bad. There's ducks a little bit over here. Wait a minute. It is a boat ramp. You can put your kayak and your boat down. I wouldn't do a very deep boat, a very shallow boat, because there's lots. Oh, the geese are fighting. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but that one goose got up and started hacking at others. He's like, that's my spot. But yeah, this river has a lot of big boulders into it. I don't know. Let me see if I can maybe out this window. So if you guys see where the bench is, and you can see there's snow covered, that's a big boulder, big rock in there. All right. Let me check the chat. Yeah, in the summertime, I wouldn't have a problem going and walking down these paths, but not in the winter. Nope, I am chicken. All right, should we move on? Any signs of spring? No, no, I don't expect any signs of spring until the end of March. Well, beginning of March, somewhere around March area. Well, these squirrels, they keep coming right up next to my van. They just looking for me to give them some food. All right, so should we move on to a new location? Oh, scared them off. I'm gonna go down here real quick. They'll come back. I just want to show you. Look at all them geese. There's some mallard ducks in there, but most of them are geese. So, all right, we'll back up. And the sun is beautiful. I love that the sun is out. I just seen a plow truck come in there, so that must be where the parks keep their plow truck. All right. All right, who do we have? Outdoor with Mandy. Hello. Oh, is your name Mike? Nancy is saying hi to Mike, so I'm assuming that your name is Mike. So I was glad to catch you live this morning. I've caught your lives a couple times, and as I was getting up and out of bed and getting around, I'm trying to get in a habit of supporting some of the people that show up to my live streams. So, welcome to Michigan, because I know you're in Ohio, as I learned this morning. All right, we'll go across here, and this is this here up ahead of us on the other side of this sign, the arrow sign, there is a train track, and this is the Amway track. Amtrak. And then on the right, we have a VFW that used to have bands. I used to hang out there a lot, go dancing. I love to support live music, so if I know of a band that's good and is playing somewhere, I like to go support them. So, oh, I just remembered there's another park right down here that's actually, I wonder if the water is flowing. So we might turn around and go check that out. I normally don't do this stuff in the winter because I don't like the winter. 'If it were up to me, I would do this in the summer. If it were up to me, I would do this in the summer. If it were up to me, I would do this in the summer. If it were up to me, I would do this in the summer. If it were up to me, I would do this in the summer. If it were up to me, I would do this in the summer. If it were up to me, I would do this in the summer. If it were up to me, I would do this in the summer. If it were up to me, I would do this in the summer. If it were up to me, I would do this in the summer. If it were up to me, I would do this in the summer. If it were up to me, I would do this in the summer. If it were up to me, I would do this in the summer. If it were up to me, I would do this in the summer. If it were up to me, I would do this in the summer. If it were up to me, I would do this in the summer. If it were up to me, I would do this in the summer. If it were up to me, I would do this in the summer. If it were up to me, I would do this in the sum I would be in Arizona. So let's see if I can get traction. Here we go. We're spinning. We're free. We're free. Alright, so while I'm driving, I'm not checking the chat. So if you do say something, I do when I get to my next stop. I do read the chat, so I will catch back up on the chat. And this park isn't very far, but this one's got like a little waterfall. What am I trying to say? Man-made waterfall. There we go. It's like a pond that goes into the river, so I'll take you up here and show you. I've sat at this one a lot too. When I first started van life, and I wanted to test out the area and see you know, what van life was like without traveling away. All right, yep, it's all frozen. So let me go down here and park. Boy, look at that old rig. It's a big one. I don't know if, but I used to come down here and I would park. Doesn't look like they really plow this one out too well. Oof. So this is just kind of like a pond. And I can give you guys an overview of that. But they have benches, and this thing is filled with geese in the summertime. Oh my goodness. So I would come, park, and edit, and that would be my view. And then look at, I think that house is so pretty. It looks so natural. And this is just a little side street, so it's not very busy. I'm not even doing 5 miles an hour. And this is that, what I was talking about, the frozen, it's frozen now, but that's a waterfall. Oh, you can see the water is still coming out of it. All right, let's do this. Let's park here. All right. So there's the stream down there. You can see it. And they've got sidewalks and everything, and you can walk across that. But I'm not getting in the snow anymore. I don't have any winter boots in my van. I mean, I don't normally get out and go hiking in the winter. I have some boots that I use when I used to haul wood, but I don't have them in the van. But look at that. Isn't that cool, guys? Let me see if I can get the... Okay. Yes. I like to go see bands called Crush. So, anyways, guy probably thinks I'm crazy. Woo-wee, look at that. Don't want to drop my phone. But all that's frozen ice. But there's water behind it that's not frozen. Alright. Let's get back to the van. It's cold. Oh. Alright. But yeah, this is a nice park to come and sit at. You can watch the geese. Like I said, there's a bunch of geese that sit there. I normally don't see any swans or anything. It's normally just geese. Okay. We got the dingin'. Okay. Let's see. Let me see if or take this as stay longer, but I have to get back. All right, Ray. Sorry I missed that part. Defiance. Do you have a name for your van? I do, sort of, Nancy. I call it a spaceship because, well, before I take off, to me, I'm kind of parked in the wrong way, but with that roof rack, and Mike, I don't know if you're still in here, but earlier I was saying that I have 440. Each one of them racks are 240 or 220, and that rack does tilt. But it's more of a job to tilt it. So I just made myself a I just leave it flat, but if I'm gonna be stationed somewhere for like a couple weeks and I wanted it tilted, I could definitely tilt it. But yeah, so I kind of called it spaceship, but I don't ever really say that, so I don't know. But I definitely love this van. All right. Well, let's see. We've been in Comstock. We've been in downtown Kalamazoo. Let's see. Spin in. And you guys can kind of see the park over here. There's more benches and more stuff like that. And this is still part of Comstock. It's just a little tiny town. And Kalamazoo is pretty big, Ray. It's just spread out. Downtown is, I don't know, for me it's a bigger town than I care to be around, but yeah. we will, let's see, where should we go? Trying to think of another nice little thing to do. Let's see. This intersection up here has got like 3 churches on the corner. So there's one church here, there's another church right here, and then there's another church right back in there. So it's definitely lots of churches right in this area. I think I'm gonna go straight here. There's like a log cabin house right there. Then we got the Comstock School. I believe that's the high school, but I'm not 100% sure. It does have a football arena, so that's why I think it is the high school. But years ago, they revamped all these and made this one. Yep, it is a high school. And all my kids are way older than high school, so they never went to the school system either, so I don't know a whole lot about it. But so this is kind of the snow and stuff that we've got going on. Here's another church, Kalamazoo Community Church, and let's see. Oh, I know, we can go out through some of the country roads. Let's do that. I need some heat on my feet. They're a little wet and cold. We'll get down here to some of the country roads out in the back country. The one thing about that I really like around here, and it's probably the same for any city, but like we're coming into like Galesburg. I mean, right now we're still in Comstock, but we'll end up in Galesburg if we keep going down this street. And anywhere right in this area, you can jump on the highway and you can be in either Battle Creek or Kalamazoo area relatively in 15 to 16 minutes, depending on which way you go. But and whatever you need, you can find either in Kalamazoo or Battle Creek. If you're gonna find something, it's definitely going to be in one of them cities. And both of them cities are fairly big, in my opinion. They're not like Columbus or, let's see, Ray, you're from Ohio, so Columbus or oh shoot, why can't I think of the other big cities in Ohio? Columbus and okay, I don't know. We're gonna skip that now, but it's not that big. But I think the last time I looked, 50,000 people were in Kalamazoo, somewhere around that area. So these are my kind of roads. These are what I like to travel on. These are the areas that I like to see and check out. You can see how much snow we've gotten. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, Michigan is used to snow, so it's nothing abnormal, but it's abnormal for us to be this cold so many times in Michigan. This is another park. They got it somewhat plowed out, so we'll go in here, but they've got nature trails in here. I have not done any hiking through any of these trails. A lot of people have, but it's on my list to do. And I know that there's a lake that you can hike through this area, through these woods here. Let's see, I don't know. Oh, this is wellhead protection, so it just tells you what. Okay, they do have a QR code to where you can check out their trails and stuff, but they tell you how to protect their water, because there is a couple lakes right here. So, you know, they want you to not be littering and not be dumping hazardous spaces. Sorry for that banging. I have to get that door snapped, but I have to put the snap on it. Again, another to-do list. I have lots of projects to be doing. And this road is very hilly. I should have looked at the chat. But yeah, normally once a season we get down to negative 20 or 10, we get below 0. It's normally once. So far this year, I think it's been 3 times. Once in December and twice in January, I think. So, like I said, that was one park that there's like a trail. There's another park here, but I bet you it's probably going to be closed because it's one that you have to pay to get in. And I think that one is down here. Look at how the snow is on the trees and it's just laying there. It's so pretty. Let's see, are the gates closed? The gates are not closed. Let's go check this park out. This is normally a... I believe there's a beach down here. I've never been to this one. You have to pay to get in it in the summertime. And I'm just not that type of person. I pay my taxes, I pay my dues, I pay everything else, so I prefer not to pay. So I will go to and support the beaches that are free. I don't see anybody in there, and we're not gonna stay, but so there's a beach down there. It looks like there's a pavilion, a playground, there's picnic tables. There's a pavilion there, bathrooms. There's another pavilion over there. So them trails probably come out somewhere over there onto that lake. And again, that's free. Let's see. Cleveland, yes, thank you. Cleveland, yes, Cleveland, Ohio. You need to go up there again in the spring. I'm sorry, Ray, where do I need to go back in the spring? Where the waterfall is and the geese? I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. Let's see, Cleveland. I've seen you've been getting a lot of storms after storms after storms. Yes. I'm done with my Friday morning activities. I'll be watching now. I left a comment on a Kid Rock official YouTube channel. They responded by asking me for money. He was worth like 150 million. Now, Nancy, be careful with that, because that might not have been who responded to you, might not have been the exact company. So I know that the bigger the channels get, the bigger the channel gets, the more trolls they get. And the trolls will copy the icons and then reach out to you to get money. So it was not the I forgot, on a Kid Rock. Yeah, so it wasn't officially the Kid Rock asking you. It was a troll. I know a lot of big YouTube channels have lots of problems with that. And they, all of them across the board, say, I will never reach out to you and ask you to donate money. You know, it's always in links, and it's always, you know, stuff like that. So, yeah. So, I'm sure it was a scam. No, Susie, I need to go up there up to Michigan. Oh, yes. Parking lot. Yeah. Probably not in this one. They probably got cameras, seeing how it's a paid one, Troy. I don't need to be getting pulled over on my channel about doing donuts in a paid. Ooh, I'm going sideways though. Fishtailing up the hill. Oh, and they got disc golf course. I don't know. There's the tree. There's the disc golf. Disc golf. I've only done that once for a minute. Has anybody ever done that? Ooh, we're going sideways again. All right. Do any of you guys play the disc golf? I know nothing about it. I did some, well, you can tell all the animals, the animal tracks in the snow. But yeah, I did this amazing race, it was called, through a church that I was going to. And one of the events, me and my daughter, we had to get the Frisbee, you know, we had to play the disc golf. We had to play like 2 holes of it before we could move on. We had to get it in the basket. Yeah, that was good enough for me. I'm not good at that at all. And then this thing is really cool. Echo Valley, you can go toboggan. And I've never done that either. But that is something that I want to try, is to go toboggan down the hill. I don't know how much it costs. I don't remember anything about it. It shut down for a while, but I think it's back open again. I would love to go down toboggan. I've never done it. Most of my winter sports have been ice skating. I took my kids sledding all the time. Took them ice skating, and when I was a kid, I used to do snowmobiling until we kind of broke the snowmobiles, and because we were jumping them, and they're not made for jumping. But so Dad wouldn't buy us new snowmobiles, so that was the end of snowmobiling. And we would just, oh, I did ice fishing as a kid too, but not anymore. I don't ice fish and I don't do much snow activities. All right, let's see. Nobody's behind me. Okay, so we got, it looks like we have 3 people in the chat. So do you guys want to go through a city, or do you want to do more country back roads? So we got, if I take a right, we're going into a city. If we take a left, we'll go into more country back roads. So let me know in the chat what you guys want to do. City or country roads? Country roads, got 1 vote for country roads. All right, let's do more country roads. I like country roads too, so we will do more country roads. Oh, we're spinning, we're spinning, we're spinning. There we go. We're on the road again. Oh, I know. I can take you guys by one of the lakes that I grew up on. I don't know anybody that lives there now, but way back when I was a kid, the house that my dad owned was on a lake. So we can drive by that. I did a lot of ice fishing, lots of summer fishing. Almost every week I was either swimming or fishing or catching turtles or catching frogs. On this here lake. And this is where we used to jump the snowmobiles, actually. Yep. So we'll go do that. Love seeing this. The sun is out. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Ray, I probably already know your answer, but Nancy, I know you're in Indiana, so are you guys getting sun like this today? Troy, I'm assuming that it is clear skies where you're at, but again, we know that you're on the other side of the state and I'm on the other side, so could be different. At least this road is nice and clear. This is a really well-traveled road. It's a major road, so to speak. Doesn't look like it now, but get to my next stop, I'll read the chat. So this barn has been here forever, just in the middle of the field, no house on it, just the barn. And it normally is a hay field, sometimes it's a cornfield. They rotate the crops through that one. Last couple years I think it was a cornfield. Now this is actually considered Galesburg, city of Galesburg, not city, but it's Galesburg City. But in Galesburg City, there's like 1,000 people that live in it, in the actual city, but in the surrounding areas. I'm really surprised that this isn't busier. Oh, this house is up for sale. Well, somebody wants a house. There's a house for sale. And it's got lake access. So, let me pull over here. Let me see if I can rotate you guys a little bit. Alright, hang on. It's going to go black for a minute. There we go. There we go. Maybe I went a little too far, but and there we go. So that's the lake that I grew up on for a long time. I shouldn't say grow up because I moved everywhere, but my dad had a house on this lake. So years and years ago. Oh, look at, they have a little ice loop. Huh. That's cool. It's just a small little lake, but lots of bass fishing in there. 5-pound bass in there. Huge. Some carp are in there. Yeah, there's lots of carp in there, and there's some pike in there, dogfish, and then bullheads, bluegills, sunfish. But this is kind of like a little swamp area, but this is part of the part of the lake down here. You can see that. I've done ice fishing, ice skating. My kids went ice skating on this lake a lot. And you can see up here, we're going to come up onto a bridge. And there used to be a house here, but this little bridge here is the inlet. Oop. And like I said, there used to be a house right here, but no longer. And then, all right, all right, it's gonna go black for a minute. Spin you guys back around. I'll check the chat, because this street's not very busy. Just light here, I've been in the dark. 12 degrees, sun and clouds mixture. Nancy is on the phone. Area looks beautiful. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, that looks about good. So, and they've built up this area a lot. Like all these houses here, these houses here were never here. These are some big fancy houses, but all these houses, I mean, this one was here. Let me get you more centered, because you guys are only seeing half. I'm still new to this. Alright, too far. There we go. Oh, no. Alright, there we go. So, the houses on my left, them are all brand new. The houses on my right are the old established ones. As we get further down here, these ones on the left are not new, but the ones that I just showed you are all new. And so I used to ride my, I had a BMX bike that I used to ride all around this area. Growing up, I was very much a tomboy. I was not a girly girl at all. I didn't do the makeup, the hair. I didn't do the dolls. I was always in the dirt. I was fishing. Beating up on the boys. You know, all the good stuff. And isn't this pretty, guys? I think this is so pretty. I've always loved coming down this street. It's just always been a really pretty summer, fall, spring. In the fall, when the leaves change color, there's all the reds and oranges, yellows throughout here. So that's really nice. And this, I don't know if we can get back here, but this is kind of newer. This is like a gated community. I don't know if they've decided to leave the gates open, but these houses back here are like $400,000 houses. And personally, if I'm gonna spend that kind of money on a house, I'm not gonna spend it on something like this. But I'll take you down here. This is like a pond or a small little lake. It gets real weedy in the summertime, but these houses are huge. Absolutely huge. Yeah, okay. I haven't been back here in a while, so I think I'm gonna turn around here because I think that's somebody's driveway, but you can see how big some of these houses are. The other section, this one on the hill, my goodness, it's so big. But the last time I looked, which was a few years ago, I could be wrong now, I don't know, but the cheapest house in this little gated community was starting out at $350,000, and that was the smallest house, or it was the smallest house. I don't even remember which house it was, but look at how packed. To me, these houses are really close together. You can almost reach out and shake your neighbor's hand. And if I'm gonna pay $350,000 for a house, I don't want to be shaking my neighbor's hand. And I don't want to be looking in my neighbor's window. So let's see. Hello? Wait a minute. Yeah. Jay! Jay, nice to see you. Good morning. Howler's in the house. Fourth at 4K. Best not to have neighbors nearby. Big houses love. Sorry guys, I'm trying to read the chat. Love living in Lake Tahoe. Those are more like 400 and much more houses were like that. Yeah, Troy, when I looked at these were back before COVID. So yeah, I bet you now they're like 500,000 plus. But yeah, it's crazy. And the lake is not a sport lake. It's really weedy. You can't swim in it. You can't do much in that lake. I don't even know if you could kayak it because it's so weedy. unless they've cleaned it out recently, but you can see they have a dock out there now. That's new. Let me see if I can get to. You can see that one person has a dock way out far. So they must be able to get their kayak out there and then, you know, go around. But in the middle of the summer, you can see where all the weeds are still there around the lake. So unless you're in the dead center of it, you're not gonna move much. Oh yeah, and it's a gated community, so I'm sure that there's like an HOA fee or whatever. But the land, just for an empty lot, back when they started building these houses, was going for $70K for a lot, just empty land. Like you didn't even have a pot to piss in. It was ridiculous. And I'm surprised they got so many built back there now. And with COVID, I'm sure that it's gone up even more. All right, back on the road we go. So if you guys are liking this content, I might start doing this like once a month, going out and driving somewhere. I think this is pretty fun. It's a little bit different scenery and different stuff than the trivia. And this area is heavy for the deer, like deer heaven out here. When my dad lived on that lake, we would have deer come in our front yard, and we'd walk up and down the streets around here, and we would have deer. My dad had a deer follow him back from his walk to his house. It was funny, but we'll come up here. Oh, you know what? We'll go down here. I'll take you guys to a really famous lake. There's a lake around, if you are, I'm just spinning. Okay, there we go. I'll take you down here to this lake around here. Now this lake that we're coming up on, if you live in the hood of this lake, the cheapest one is $1 million. You might be able to get one for like $799,000, but that's a rundown shack that's probably discombobulated. But they don't let them stay there very long. So I'll take you around this lake. And this is an all sports lake. It is packed, busy, crazy madhouse. They do like sandbars and parties on the lake. There's DNR always on this lake. So this is called Gull Lake. And if you are familiar with Gull Lake or anything to do with Gull Lake, uh-oh. I'm gonna pull over here. I'm gonna readjust you guys. Let's see, run by the gate. All right, hang on. Oh, I like it. Lake Palace, Lake Sunset. Run by a guy named Jason or Betty White. I love to see different areas. That's what I want to do if I have a camper van. Nice. I have a 2-acre lot in North Carolina, 1 mile away, 300,000 K. All right, hang on. I'm going to put this down. I'm going to try to rotate this thing again. All right. So, let me know if that's good. I think we need to come up some. Hang on. It's kind of bad, but this is Gull Lake. This is a all sports lake. There's a marina. All right. The elite of elites live on this lake. And something's vibrating in my van and I'm not liking that noise. But oh, I think I know what it is. But there are lots of things. All these houses here, like I said, are very, very expensive. I don't know what kind of job you need to have a house like this, but it's absolutely ridiculous. And again, every one of these houses are on top of one another. Get that out of your guys' way. But there's boat parties. They will do like what they call a sandbar on, like, I think it's either Saturday or I think it's Saturdays. And there's a shallow part where everybody brings all their boats together, and then they just drink and party on the water. And now we're starting to get out away from the lake. You can't go like all the way around the lake. It kind of splits up and divides around. So I'm gonna take you back down to that intersection. So now you guys get to see the other side. And then what I'll do is when I turn the corner is I'll change the camera position one more time. And then that way you guys can see. So we're coming back up on the lake. And then you can see some of the houses, and the ones right up on the hill, I don't know if you can see them up there behind. Yeah, I can't really see them, but they're like condos. They're just building them condos. So, and there's these businesses, I don't know much about them. I don't come out here much. I don't own a boat. I've done the sandbar a few times, but it's fun one time. Yeah, you know, but I'm not a heavy drinker anymore. So there's real estate agents here that sell these houses for, you know, millions of dollars. And then there's a restaurant, a couple restaurants up here, a corner market thing. This market here. And then there's on the back side of that market is a restaurant, and then there's another restaurant, should be coming in view right now. And I got people behind me, so we're gonna come through here. I'm gonna pull in to this restaurant bar area. And I'll adjust the camera, read the text. Alright. Hang on, it's gonna go black for a minute. Alright, let me read the... Whoa, okay, let's see. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry for asking a stupid question, but what state is this? Holler, there's no stupid question. And it's Michigan. And these home state kid Rocky, yeah. I get 4 to 5 calls a week wanting to buy my lot, not up for sale. Yep. We have cities here like a status sentence. I live there. All the pro athletes, politicians live there. Outside of Kalamazoo, no fishing on the lake. Yes, on this lake there's lots of fishing. My guitar was built in Kalamazoo. Oh yeah. Keep up riffraff like me out of 500,000. You need to hang out in Gull Lake and find you a rich man. Yeah, no thank you. Nope. Is this year-round community, or a lot of people just do the warm months there? I know that it's a mixture. Uh-oh, why is my thing not? There we go. I know that a lot of people are here in the summer and in the winter. So it's definitely both. Alright, I think that looks okay. Is that pretty centered, people? I think that looks pretty centered. So yeah, a lot of people are year-round, and they do ice fishing out here a lot. I'll take you down this side. Here is another part of the lake. I know there is a public boat launch that you have to pay like $10 to go in and use. And I know that people do snowmobiling. They ride their snowmobiles on this. I mean, you can see these cars. They've been in and out, so they're definitely here for the winter. They're building a house right here, cramming it in. But to me, this is crazy. Paying $1 million for something like this, no thank you. But yep, this is called Gull Lake, and if you look it up or research it, it is very much like the elite of, if you've been in and around Kalamazoo, you probably know about Gull Lake, or somebody knows of Gull Lake. It says no turnaround, so I'm not gonna go down there because my van is too big. So I know I've known a couple people that have lived on this. Well, I know one person that lives on this lake that is very, like we were talking on my live stream last night. Lots of money. I don't know how much education this person has, but that person thinks that they're very elite. To me, it just makes them very ugly. And they do look down on people. But the other person that I know that lived on this lake did not act like that. So, but yeah. So anyways, and I'm not going down these little side streets just because my van will probably get stuck down there and there's hardly any room to move. I mean, you can see how tight the houses are. And this part would probably be considered the low end of the housing. Not that it is by any means, but and in the summertime, you see a lot of people out walking their dogs and I'm still learning where to put this thing. Hang on. If I don't catch it right, it might. Alright, we're stopped. As much as they say money changes people, I think it's more how they were raised and how their life experiences. I totally agree with that. And I do know that money, yes, money does change people, but I don't want to go back down there. I mean, because, you know, for somebody that wants to have nicer things, you're gonna, you know, if you come from nothing and you get something nice, and you end up being able to maintain it, it's going to change your perspective because you're able to maintain it and take care of it better. And I don't know that necessarily that's money that does it, because, like, for example, when I was raising my 3 girls, I had 3 babies. They were either in diapers, or they were sick, or they were doing, whatever, getting dirty. So my clothes always had stains on it, or, always getting dirty. And I'm clumsy. And so I'm spilling stuff. I'm working on cars. I didn't really care that much. Well, now that I don't have kids in diapers, I don't have kids that are sick, I don't have, I'm not working on cars as much. I have clothes that I don't have stains on, and I have stuff that I'm very particular about. Even when I bought this van, it had carpet through it. Now I've put flooring in it. I want to keep that flooring nice because I love that flooring. It's beautiful. So now I'm reacting. I'm changing. I don't just come in and stomp my feet off because I don't have that nasty carpet in there anymore, so I care more about it. So when you get more money, you start getting a little nicer things, and so you start caring about things a little bit more. So that will definitely change some of your point of view and change you a little bit. But as you respect people, that should never change. So it does change you a little bit, but I don't know that it's necessarily the money. It's just having the nicer things. So, anyways, and if you guys have not hit the thumbs up, make sure that you hit the thumbs up. And as for the new people that have come in while I'm driving, I don't try to look at the chat. I mean, look at this house that they're cramming in there. There's the one house, there's the basement, there's the next house. I mean, that's insane. Anyways, when I stop, I'll read the chat. But anyways, there's Gull Lake for you. There's the marina. Hopefully you guys can see that. I don't know. We're looking into the sun. So. Go up here. And then also too, if you're a golfer, they have 3 golf courses, and of course they're really expensive to get on. But there's one golf course over there, and then there's another golf course to your left. So yeah. And there's like little hotel or condos, or I don't know what they are because I don't get in all that, but it's a golf resort. So anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying this, showing you a little around some of the cities. In my neck of the woods. And there's another city called Hickory Corners. It's a little tiny town, not really a city, but a little town. But anyways, alright, well, I think I'm gonna end this live stream. I don't know exactly how long we've been on, because I'm not looking at the time right now, but I appreciate everybody for being on. I appreciate having you guys in the community and sharing this. If you guys really liked this type of video, make sure you leave it in the comments, because I am looking at the comments when I do stop. And if you guys are interested in this, I'll try to do this more often, and get some more of this stuff on my channel. I know all summer I did some small trips around Michigan, so if you guys haven't seen them, make sure you go back. I have a playlist that's all about the beautiful places here in Michigan. I think I have playlists of ones of different states I've been in, and I hope in the future to build them out, but we'll see about that. But yeah, I mean, I've lived in Michigan my whole entire life, so I know a lot about different parts of Michigan. I have traveled to different states and love seeing different states. But there's still so much of Michigan that I have not seen. So while I'm taking care of my dad, that's what I'll be doing, is going through different places in Michigan and hanging out. And I plan on bringing you guys along for that. Maybe we can do this on either once a week or maybe once a month. I don't know. I'm gonna just play around with this. If you guys like this, I'll do more of it. And here's another golf course. Like I said, there's tons of golf courses here around this area. Golf, I guess, is the thing. I can't golf. I don't golf. Nope. My dad tried to teach me golf, but hitting that ball, I need a bigger target, because I swing hard and I miss the balls. So, anyway, so if you guys liked this, I'll keep doing more of these, and we'll see what happens. Kalamazoo, there's Battle Creek. I can go explore, because I know a lot of Battle Creek. I know a lot of Kalamazoo. We got lots of little cities around Kalamazoo that we can go ramping around, gallivanting, as my dad would say. But I know, it's kind of fun. I like showing you guys different places and things. So I'm gonna come up here. I know up here to this corner there's a spot that I can pull off, and that's when I'll end the live, because I don't want to do it while I'm driving. Trying not to do much tech while I'm driving. That's not safe. So come up around these couple curves here. go back and look at the beginning of the video, I went through downtown Kalamazoo, and you can see all the piles of snow in downtown Kalamazoo. And this is where I'm gonna turn here, pull into this little storage unit. This little storage unit, they always have vehicles or something for sale. And these roads are pretty good around here. So let's see. Oh, they've got this all nice and plowed out. So I'm gonna pull over here and I'm gonna look at the chat real quick. And then I'm gonna probably just sign off, because I need to get on with my day and get back to my dad. I know he's doing his puzzle, but it's getting 11 o'clock. He's gonna wanna get out to his lunch. So let's see, what do we got in the chat? Oh, we got chat. All right. Let's see, what do we got? Is this year round? Okay, that was as much as they say money doesn't change. We talked about that. I guess they can afford people to clean these big houses. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I know one place that does do a lot of cleaning. My last house was 3,800 square feet, 10 acres. Can't see the jet. On 10 acres plot with only 8 neighbors down around and 12 miles to town. Sold it in 2015 for $180,000. Nice. I will never ever own a large house again. A full-time job just cleaning it. And the maintenance on that, the cleaning on that, all of that is crazy insane. What kind of phone mount are you using? It's attached to the windshield or the dash. It is attached to the dash, and I don't know, it's just some cheap brand. It's true, Dre. The smaller the better, less room to collect stuff. Yes. One of the houses I owned was 2,400 square feet. Then I downsized to a 1,400 square feet. And then I downsized to 60 square feet. And I like the 60 square foot. Maybe Nancy, but young couples I sold it to was just starting out, wanted to have 4 kids. Great place to raise kids. Oh yeah, if you have kids, yep. Thank you, Suzy, for the tour of Gull Lake. You are so correct. Bye, everyone. Have a good day, everyone. Stay of 10 more minutes to get a complete 2 hours count. Thank you for the tour. I'll check out what I missed. On the replay, definitely should do more of these. Michigan is a hidden gem of the Midwest. Take care, everyone. That's cool seeing everything. Thank you, Suzy, everyone. If you haven't thanked. Bye, Nancy. See you later, Ray. Thank you, Suzy. You need a few more minutes to get 2 hours. this was fun. Flip your camera around. I can't see. Oh, Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla. Hi. I don't know what is going on with the chat, but it's very dim. So I don't know. I need to do more of these and work out all the kinks. But anyways, see you guys all later. Thank you so much for having the time, taking the time to come out and seeing where I've just tooled around. And we definitely will do this more. So, see you guys later. Have a good day and safe travels on the road.